Now, I have a beautiful message to share with you today. It feels like for the last few years, and for some people many, many years, there has been a great awakening. We've all kind of dubbed it, this is the Great Awakening. And what I feel is starting to happen on a really beautiful level for so many people is not just the Great Awakening, but now we're in a great remembering. I believe what's happening is that we're in the middle of a planetary shift. For so many things, on so many levels. If you've gone down 1,000 rabbit holes like I have, not just all about all the systems and all the things in the matrix, but we're also talking about all the things spiritually, being disconnected from our consciousness on purpose, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? We're beginning to recognize that the earth isn't just beneath us. We're not just walking on it. She is us. We're remembering that. We need to remember that healing is multidimensional. We're not just one-dimensional beings. And it begins, I believe, right at the time that we tune into what the frequency of nature is. That is when the real remembering of our connection to Mother Nature and what she could do for us as we navigate our way through the great remembering. Okay, so then what I really wanted to do is I wanted to talk about some herbs that I feel don't have a lot of attention. Here's what I wrote. We need to look at plants as teachers, not just tools. We've been conditioned to see plants as passive substances. Okay, so they're powerful. And we know that a lot of them have been taken and made into something synthetic because you can't patent the molecules of Mother Nature. You can patent something that is a synthetic. Like a really good example of that right now is synthetic nicotine, which is making up almost all of the nicotine products out there. Pouches and patches and gum and vapes, and it's not made from naturally occurring nicotine that comes from tobacco or potatoes or eggplant or whatever. I mean, tobacco contains the highest content of it. It's starting to come out that we have nicotine receptors in our body, and our body recognizes and actually benefits from nicotine, but most of the nicotine that's in the products is synthetic. It's not even natural. These plants are not just products, they are sentient beings. They are teachers, and they don't just treat symptoms, they awaken our soul memory. You look at all the indigenous people, you look at the shamans who put you through maybe a sacred plant medicine journey. There is a deep soul awakening that happens when you realize that these plants are teachers. Here's what I realize. When you walk with a plant, not just use it, you are actually entering a relationship. This is what indigenous people and traditional medicine practitioners have known for millennia. Okay, so when I say traditional medicine, I'm not talking about modern medicine. I'm talking about traditional medicine practitioners, shamans, indigenous people. They will speak to the plants, and then they listen. And you can also dream. You can dream with plants. People used to put all kinds of things under their pillow, on their pillow, wear it, hang it above their doorways to ward off evil spirits or whatever that may be. These are powerful. So I think it's a really good idea to reframe our mindset around this. And so instead of asking this, what can this herb do for me? And this is something I, for decades, have been also, that's how my mindset has been that as well. And this is where I think the great remembering is happening. I'm now remembering that the plants are here to actually communicate with me, not just what can it do for me for this symptom, for this headache, for this menopause issue, for this anxiety, for this lack of sleep. It's not about asking what it can do for me. It's about asking this, what does this plant want me to learn? Here's how I'm going to end this. There's 3 questions. What am I reclaiming that was once lost or stolen from my ancestry, from my lineage? What am I reclaiming? This is a really beautiful part of remembering. And then this, where am I being called to become the medicine for myself and for others? Where are you being called in whatever it is that lights you up, wherever it is your passion is? That's why this whole journaling happened, is because I was given this gift of being born to the dad and the mom that I was born to. And my gift of just understanding and and using all these plants in my life. And these last 5 years, and this last probably 3 or 4 since I got my book out, and I've been having a deeper connection with the plants than I ever have in my whole life. This is what lights me up. So what is it that lights you up that you need to remember and help others with? Where am I being called to become the medicine for myself and for others? I love that question. And then this final question. If I truly believed that I was a divine spark of love, how would I live, eat, rest, and speak differently? If you truly believe that, what would that look like? What would you do differently? Start with one of those things. What would you eat differently if you really believed that you were a divine spark of pure love and consciousness? Because if you are in a body that doesn't function, and you're always worried about the way it feels and how it doesn't sleep and how it's full of anxiety and stress and pain and inflammation and all that, you can't be the vessel that this divine spark of pure love and consciousness needs to bring the best experience and the remembering.